Mount Diablo was a place that was considered very sacred by Native people within its view. It was a birthplace of the world, if you will.
Beverly Ortiz is an anthropologist and naturalist at Coyote Hills Regional Park on the southeastern shore of San Francisco Bay. In this segment, she's going to help us look back about 250 years to a time before waves of invaders and settlers from Europe, Mexico, and eastern North America. A time when native peoples had Mount Diablo all to themselves.
It was a place where religious leaders went to pray for the well-being of the entire group, for balance between the harmonious and inharmonious elements of the world. It was the place where supernatural beings lived and were able to create everything everywhere that people needed to live, and then they created the people themselves.
In 1859, Hesperian magazine featured the first published sacred narrative about Mount Diablo. At that time, the entire face of the country was covered with water, except 2 islands, one of which was Mount Diablo, the other Reed's Peak. There was a coyote on the peak, the only living thing there. One day, the coyote saw a feather floating on the water, and as it reached the island, suddenly turned into an eagle, and spreading its broad pinions, flew upon the mountain. Coyote was much pleased with his new companion, and they lived in great harmony together, making occasional excursions to the other island, Coyote swimming while the eagle flew. After some length of time, they counseled together and concluded to make Indians. They did so, and as the Indians increased, the waters decreased, until where the lake had been became dry land.
The way that's written is a very non-Indian way of sort of a literary version of a native spoken tradition. But if you strip it out to the details, a world covered with water, certain places above that water, and the mention of coyote and eagle, it gets more significant.
An elder named Frances McDaniel still remembers how important Mount Diablo was to earlier generations.
Her father, Harry Mateo Lorenzo, told her about how his ancestors, religious leaders, would go up Mount Diablo and pray. This was before the Spanish came and took the land. She told me Mount Diablo was our sacred mountain at one time and still is in my heart.